Welcome back to the Unprofessional Footballer Podcast, episode 15. We are in season 2 now, fully underway. I'm joined today by a good friend of mine.
Yes,
someone I've known for, how long have we known each other? 3, 4 years?
4 years, I think.
4 years now.
4 years. 2020, I think.
We've been teammates. I've been your coach.
Yes.
We've been friends for a long time. I think we've done everything together in football.
But,
this is Donys Quintero.
yes.
Donys, introduce a little bit about yourself. What is your position? Who do you currently play for?
Yes. Like Danny say, my name is Donys Quintero. I play left winger, right winger. I can play even fullback. I'm 29 years old, and I'm playing now with Malta. That's
the one thing that always gets me by surprise. I remember when I first started coaching you, it was me, you, and Dennis, the three of us together all the time.
Yep.
And Dennis, very young. I think he was 19 or something
19,
at the
yes.
time.
Something like this.
I think I was 23 and you were the oldest, 24.
24, 25.
I think
yes.
24, 25. And to me, I thought you were one of the youngest.
No,
Even though you were 25, you still looked maybe 18, 19.
Yes, my face, I don't know, my body. But
and
part of the life.
I remember watching you play and thinking, wow, this guy's going to be a superstar. He's so young, he's so good. And then when I found out 25, I was like, no wonder he's so good. He's in his physical prime. He's
now
great.
29, yes, 4 years ago.
It is funny how I think most people thought I was 35 because I had no hair. I looked old.
A lot of people, when I say, yes, I have 29 years old. Oh my God, I was thinking you have 20. No, 29.
I have had to live with the opposite. I tell people 26 or 28 now, but even when I was 23, I tell people 23, their jaws drop to the floor. They would think I was 35 and retiring that season. Embarrassing. But Donys, like we said, we've worked together in a few different capacities here in Malta. Coach-player relationships, teammates.
Yep.
We've done lots of different things together. I've followed your career closely since you've been in Malta.
Yes.
And you've gone on to do big things, which is good because you were one of those players that while I was coaching, I always envisioned you making the step to the top level. I remember always talking to you. We used to say you were going to make it in the Premier League here in Malta for sure.
Yes, it was one of my big challenges to be Premier from the first day when I arrived here in Malta. And after 2 years and a half, I think 3 years, I did. And it was a very good experience. And now just to continue.
It's not come without its struggles. I know over the years you've come from humble backgrounds. You've worked your way up from the amateur leagues of Malta into the Premier League of Malta. So that's a kind of commendment to your persistence, determination, and your belief in yourself.
Yeah.
And then obviously along the way, we've had other issues that we'll cover throughout the podcast, such as when I remember there was the one season you were with Fgura and you had work permit issues and that stopped you from playing for a while.
Yes.
And you had to overcome lots of obstacles along the way to eventually making it in the Premier League. What I want to know first about you, I think we should go back in time, back to El Niño.
When I was Niño. Yes, I'm born in Caracas, Venezuela, so the capital of the country. I started to play football, professional football, when I was 13, 14 years old, second division. But in the town, from when I have memory. And then a lot of people told me like, Donny, why you don't try to go another team, something professional? And I say, no, I don't know anything. I don't know nothing. Of course, I have the support of my parents, my family, but I don't believe too much enough in that moment. So, and then I start to play, 18 years old, I think, the category with the minors. I was 15. And then slowly I start to grow up about football, about sport. I remember when I was 14, 15 years old and play with the minors 18, 20, under 20.
Yeah.
third division, second division. I was the young player of the category in professional. And then after 1 year, 2 years and a half, I think, when I finished my age, I've changed the team with Deportivo La Guaira, second division, third division, sorry. And then I did my debut in first division, I think, and played just 2 games, I think, I've not remembered well. After that, I get an injury of my knee, in my left knee. It was a big injury because, I was 19 years old, 20 years old, so almost 1 year without playing. Just too much. After that, the club we realized the contract.
Yep.
And then, a part of that, the situation of my country in that time, even now, but I think now it's much better, but in that time was very, very hard about sport, about culture, about life, about everything. And that was my first, I was thinking to go outside for that. So one of the first reasons to go outside was for the situation of my country.
So it was only kind of when you turned 19, 20 that you started to think about coming across to Europe or playing in another country?
Even when I was younger, I was thinking to go outside. It was on one of the first important dreams to go out. And then I make some contact with a lot of friends. The idea was to go Costa Rica.
Okay.
But I had problem with my passport, problem with money, and I missing the flight in Colombia, Medellin.
Yeah.
And after that, man, my life go down because in that time I didn't know people around, some friends, nothing. I'm start from zero.
Yep.
So I've stopped football in, 2-3 years. And I'm start working in Medellin, Colombia, to wait for the opportunity to play football, but nothing coming.
So you stopped playing for 2 or 3 years?
I'm still playing for, 3 years, I think.
And what, that would have been from the age of maybe 20?
No, a bit more, 21, I think, 22.
So 21 to 23, you weren't playing. There's such
So imagine when I come here to Malta, I was 3-4 years without playing.
That's incredible, because those years are so important for development as well. Wow. Of course.
And really hard because, like I told you, I didn't
What sort of jobs were you working?
In a discotheque.
Okay.
So the first was in 2017 year.
Yeah.
My first 4 months was disaster, man, because I didn't find job.
Yeah.
I live with another people. Everything come down.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I found with another friend when I can train with some team.
Yeah.
I start to train, and then I did some friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we're talking about, listen, I need some job because I have my son.
Yeah.
In that moment, I have my son, my family. And I start to work in a discotheque, so in the best place of Medellin, about midnight, I don't know, about discotheque, these things.
Uh-huh.
And training. So work, training, waiting for the opportunity. But
it's one of those things, you sacrifice a lot of social life on the pursuit of trying to be a footballer. I know myself, I've been through years where you don't go out, you don't have time. You're just sitting there, working and then training, trying to keep yourself ready for eventually when something falls on the table. Yes. So going back to when you were growing up in Venezuela, what is the level of football like over there? Like if you were to compare it to somewhere like Malta, is the level much higher growing up?
It's much higher, yes. For my personal opinion, it's much higher.
South Americans in general, they're known for being very, very good at football.
Also the America in general, I think we have a very good quality in sport. I mean, football, baseball, in Chile, Argentina, Brazil, Venezuela, Ecuador, I think the South American player is very, very, very hard, very well. We have a lot of skills.
And you said you started in the professional environment at 13 years old.
Yeah.
What age did you kind of get introduced to football? Were you playing football from 4 or 5, or was it something that you only really discovered later on in life?
No, I've never played when I was young, like 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
Just in the town, as I told you, like, I don't know, just have fun.
Yes.
Of course. I was in the street at, I don't know, 10 o'clock in the morning, and I was all day in the street, play with the ball till 2 a.m. I don't know. My mom come to the street. Hey, Donny, what are you doing? Come here. You have to sleep. And I was so dirty, but...
It makes sense, though, why your play style is the way it is.
Yes.
You're so comfortable with the ball, and you move the ball so fast and like glue with your foot.
Yes, and I improve, of course. Every year I improve. Even now I feel much better than the last year.
Yes.
Even more faster than the year.
I don't know if that's possible. Too fast.
Yes, we don't know. Maybe 1 kilometer more. No, it's too much. Yes.
But so you worked your way through Colombia. You got yourself to a point where you'd gotten an opportunity to play football.
Yes, because my idea was to go Costa Rica.
Yes.
And I lose the flight in Medellin. So I'm starting from zero in Colombia. And I don't have any contact. In that time, I didn't have any contact to talking about football, some opportunity,
I mean, you're in a new country. Different people.
But it's something particular because my parents is from Colombia. So I have 2 passports.
Yes.
Venezuela and Colombia. But I'm never living there. So,
similar to me with Malta.
Yes.
I have the passport, but
you never, nothing to do.
Nothing to do with Malta.
So something like this. That's why I think it was so hard. But after all...
So how did the opportunity actually come about to then start playing football again? So you've been working in a nightclub.
Yep.
And how does the first opportunity to start playing football come?
Yes. Because I'm start to work, okay? But I'm never stop training.
Yes.
So I'm start working in that time, 6 p.m. and I finish, I think, 5, maybe 12 hours.
The times of a nightclub,
yes,
very late. Very late.
And then I have my principles and I say myself, I cannot stop training. 10 o'clock in the morning or 12, I get up and I go to training. And I did this, I don't know, every day, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And some friends from Venezuela, but in that time, he was here in Malta and he called me like, Donny, what are you doing there? I saw you all the time work, training, come here to Malta. I know many people maybe can help you about football. And I say, yes, man, of course, because I'm waiting for that opportunity, that chance. We postponed everything 6 months because in that time he told me like, you have to come in 2 days. And it's impossible. And then I come 2019, I think, July, 17th of July. Second country, a part of Colombia, because I'm born in Venezuela. I know Colombia, Costa Rica, because after all, I did the flight to be in Costa Rica. And then Malta, a new experience, English, in that time.
How is the process of, let's say, getting the flight arranged from Colombia to Malta? Do you need visa? Do you need some paperwork?
No, in that time, I think just a letter, an invitation from my friend.
Okay.
Like, he gonna take responsibility of mine. So, was more easier.
So you came more of like a holiday.
Yes.
In that sense.
Yes. 3 months holidays.
Yes.
In those 3 months, you can do
whatever you want
and try something to stay here legal. And I did. The first 2 months was so hard because I get sick, normal sick, fever, something like that.
Yes.
But then I'm complicated more because how do you say, when you cannot breathe properly.
Respiratory problem.
Yes, something. Yes.
In your lungs.
Yes. without money, without everything, without contact, without English. So in that time, my friend helped me a lot. We were in the pharmacy. We go. He paid, I think, 15 euro, and then he paid for me 15 euro more for the pills. We never were in the hospital without money. It's possible. I do my recovery myself. And then I start to train with Mtarfa. Someone contact me in Messenger, and I say, okay, challenge league, amateur league. Amateur league. I start with them, I think 2 weeks. The first day, they told me, like, we can sign immediately. And I say, no, I have to think many things. Yeah. And then the opportunity from Malta, from Fgura, come to me, just a trials. So, but was so complicated because I was training with them Tarfa, and I cannot say no here with nothing sure over there.
That is the biggest problem I always find in Malta. Yeah. When you first come here and you're trying to get yourself settled, the teams take it so personally if you do not turn up to training. So if you skip one training to go to another club, they talk.
And you know, Malta is very small. Everyone knows everything.
Someone will message and say, oh, I saw him at this training. Yeah. And then you lose everything.
And that happened. In that moment, I tell Mtarfa, like, when I have training in Fgura, I say, no, I cannot go because I have work.
Yes.
And after, so they knew the situation, and I say, yes, I'm training with Fgura, it's challenge.
Yes.
And I prefer to play challenge than amateur. So they understand, we don't have any problems. And after 22 days, I did my first friendly with Fgura against Floriana, a Premier team.
Yeah.
We lose 1-0, but I play very, very, very well. I think Thursday was the game, and Sunday I signed the contract.
Yeah.
When I signed, I'm breathe. So I'm start to work. After when I get sick, I start to work.
So the first contract you signed, was that a semi-professional contract or was it an amateur agreement?
Something like that, yes. Because I already have my job.
That was it. So you have to work in order to get your work visa sorted, and then you can sign with the club without needing the permit through them.
Like this, perfect, yeah. And was not good, my situation as a worker.
Yes.
Because I'm started to work in a restaurant, the dishwasher, imagine.
Yes.
So...
But I mean, at that point, you take whatever you can get.
Yes, of course.
Whatever gives you the permit, you take it.
Of course. And then I start to work.
Yeah.
I start to training with the Fgura. Work, training. And then I'm decide just to leave work after, I think, 1 year and a half, because I want to play just football.
Yeah.
My mind have to be focused on football. And I did. And after that, so imagine if you can do just the thing like
you're passionate about for your work, suddenly your work becomes much more enjoyment.
Yeah.
You can develop much better because you can dedicate 100% of your time to what you're doing.
Yes. Like this.
I think a lot of people struggle over here because it's very rare that someone can live full-time as a footballer in Malta.
Yes.
Even you see some of the Premier League players, they do not earn enough money to commit fully to being a footballer. They have to work even part-time, a few hours on the side, just to keep a bit of money coming in. But it takes away from the full experience. It's too hard,
but we can do it.
It's possible.
Yes, it's possible. It's hard.
It's tough.
Yeah.
So you came to Fgura. Had you played in the amateur leagues at all before doing any trials here, or was your first football experience just straight
Yes, just my first football experience, because I've never played a match, official match. So just I'm trying 15 days, I think, 2 weeks, yes. And my experience in that moment was, I don't know, yes, it's good, it's not good, I don't know. Just I want to play. But it's the only opportunity I have in that moment. So I say, okay. And then if Fgura come and everything changed.
So how was your kind of first year at Fgura? Obviously you come in, you don't know the language, you don't know English. Maltese in general don't really speak too good English themselves.
Yes.
So I know from past experiences of myself, a lot of the time the dressing room can be a little bit divided of you have the foreigners in one group and the Maltese make up their own group.
Even now like this. Now I had the opportunity to play in Premier and now I'm with Marsa and it's like this. But I think it's normal because you feel more comfortable
with who you can talk your native language with.
Yes. And now talking about language, I'm speak English and I speak Portuguese as well.
Yes.
So I'm still there, but I can have a conversation with that Portuguese.
Honestly, I admire so much when I see people come like you to another country and learn a new language.
And even I have a lot of friends that they come and they cannot speak English, and after 3 months they go. They just leave.
Because I know for a fact English people, we're very bad at learning new languages.
Yes.
I speak minimal Spanish, and that's how we used to communicate a little bit at the beginning. But I was just waiting for you to learn English.
Yes. Thanks, my God. I did. I'm still learning because, it's another language, a lot of things, but...
no, honestly, your English is so much better than when we first met.
Now you can see that. Yes.
I remember with the foreigners on the team at the time, it was me, you,
Charlie,
Charles,
and
Dennis and Guga.
Yes, the Brazilian guy. Yeah.
And you guys could all communicate to each other a little bit. I think Dennis struggled because Dennis only spoke Italian.
Italian, yes.
But Guga, I think him and Guga could speak because Guga speaks
but
Italian.
English, no. Even just Portuguese. In that moment was so hard because I didn't speak Portuguese. He didn't speak Spanish, even English. I think only Charlie speak Spanish, English, and Portuguese.
And everyone just slowly...
With Charlie. Charlie, come here. Yes. Yes, but now, after 4 years...
I did find, though, even though obviously at Fgura the language was predominantly Maltese, the players themselves were usually very friendly.
Yes.
The likes of people like Joe Reno, they were so welcoming and friendly and tried to bring the team together. So even though there was the language barrier a lot of the time, actions and like the way everyone was around each other, it was very friendly. There was never any...
in Fgura, I think this is something different in Fgura about the club in general. So
it is one of the most positive, like friendly atmospheres that I have played in Malta.
And I was lucky because my first team in Malta was Fgura. So
I've had some other experiences here where the team is just very negative, very toxic.
Yes.
They want to make you feel like you're outside, that you're not part of the team. But Fgura, to their credit, were very together, very, very together.
Yes.
And it made the whole experience enjoyable. Yes. I mean, I think we spent, was it a year and a half at Fgura together? Yes. I think we had half a season where I wasn't signed and I was just training and helping out behind the scenes, doing the match analysis with Kevin. And then the following season was the year that I officially signed as assistant coach.
Yes.
But I wasn't a player that year. But that was when I transitioned into
But you
coaching.
did good, huh? The personal coach. Like physical coach.
I think so.
We learned too much.
We did some good stuff together. So, as we were saying about Fgura, we worked together mainly as a coach player at that time. I remember when you first came to the team on the ball, you were the most gifted player on the team.
And I was with a different shirt, like everyone was with the red one and I was with the white.
And you were on the ball dangerous. Every time you got the ball, things would happen. But off the ball, we always had that challenge that when we first had you, defensively, you hadn't made that adjustment yet. And you were very much what we would call in England, a luxury player. You sit forward. When we're attacking, you get the ball and you make things happen. On defense, we play with 10 men.
With our ball, I think the most of the players like me, with skill.
Yes.
Skill, I think the most of the players, they are like this. And of course, now I improve a lot because...
That was the one thing.
Yes.
I think me specifically, my task when I was coaching was to help you understand the off the ball duties of the attacking midfielder, because a lot of the time you would play in the middle, you would play out wide.
Yes.
You played a lot of different roles.
In Fgura, yes. In Fgura, we play in 4-4-2, and I was playing on the side. With the ball, of course, you can do whatever you like, but without ball, you have to close.
Exactly.
And
so as we started to get towards the end of the season, and we saw like a switch had flicked, and suddenly off the ball, you became an animal. Like you just wanted the ball back, and you were so strong. And people underestimate how strong you are because you look quite skinny.
Skinny, yes.
But it is all muscle.
Yes.
It is all muscle.
Yes. Even now, because I'm create my training program, and they think I don't have power, you know. And when I show them the exercise with heavy weights, they like, oh my God, they can do it.
You are one of the strongest players I have ever seen in terms of when you go shoulder to shoulder with you.
Yes, no, it's not easy, huh?
It's not. You will push anyone off the ball and make it look easy, like effortless. I have seen many, many Maltese players try to challenge you 1v1, and they are bounced off the field.
It's something curious because when I was young, I was too short, skinny without muscles, so a lot of people laughing, like because I was too skinny, but now they can see me now and
it works in your favor because it invites people to try and tackle
it's a
you
challenge for yourself.
Beat you, but then it's better for you because you know you have the technical ability to, as they come in strong, you just pass it around them and run off.
And I have a plan B. If the defender is so strong more than me and very tall, just with my speed, I can skip.
You are fast.
Yes,
you are fast. You can pass the ball around them, run halfway around the field around them.
If he gives me 2 meters, ciao. Yeah.
I remember that was one of my biggest adjustments when I used to take part in the sessions as a player. You and Dennis together.
Oof, imagine.
Oh, it was a nightmare. Just trying to defend you guys. You could not give you any space because the second you open a gap like that, the ball is gone and you are like a bullet.
Change of direction,
gone.
yes.
And the amount of times I just got left. Chasing shadows, just running after you, trying to catch up. Terrible. But I think that was when you made that adjustment to your game and became much more effective off the ball.
Yeah.
That's when I thought this player is going to make it to the top level for sure. He has everything.
Yes.
So how long did you spend at Fgura in total? Was it two seasons, 3 years?
Yes, 2 seasons, 3 years. As I told you, Fgura received me with the big arms, open arms. And every year I'm signed with them.
Yes.
So they help me a lot about everything, even about my ID, my work permit.
Let's talk about that issue because that's a stumbling block that I think a lot of players in Malta come across. With the requirement of a work permit, a lot of the clubs here in Malta, they prefer to sign players on amateur agreements, which is they will pay you like a professional, but they don't have you registered on paper as a professional player.
It's a big problem.
And it helps the club, I think, with taxes. It helps them
with everything.
With not being committed to having to pay monthly. It allows them to pay in kind of lump sums. But it makes it very difficult for the player because you have to maintain work outside of football in order to stay eligible to play. So what year was it that you had those issues? Was it
2020, I think.
2020?
No, 2019, because I'm start work after 1 month when I arrived here. So I just work 4 months and they make all the paper to be legal here in Malta. But after that, I'm still work because I had some problems. When you don't speak English. Yes. In that time, the chef in that restaurant was, I don't know, I don't want to say something bad or something wrong, but
not the best personality.
Not the best personality, yes. And after that, just stop work, but I have my ID just 1 year.
Yes.
And I start training. But after 1 year, when I want to renew the ID, Fgura told me that I'm illegally from 1 year because when you finish work,
then they
cancel.
Exactly.
Yes, they cancel the permit, and I didn't know in that time.
And that created a big problem because it meant you then lost your eligibility to play.
Yes.
And the club could not risk playing you because otherwise they would forfeit matches and be penalised for playing an ineligible player. So how long the process took? About 2 months to arrange, I think, 2 or 3 months.
I think yes, because when they told me that, okay, Donny, we're gonna contract you, I'm gonna offer you a contract as professional, full job. So they make all the process with some contact, I don't know, and I'm start from zero, and I don't play IT for 1 month and a half.
Because I remember, even though it was
8 games, I think 7 games.
Many games, and this was a key period of the time where the team was doing very well.
Yes.
And then without you, we were struggling creatively going forward.
In that time we play 1, 2, 3 short balls, and then the last ball with Donny, long ball.
And we were getting to a point where there was so much pressure to get you back on the field because it was like, man, we need this guy on the field to get the results that we need to obviously.
And they were there, so they helped me. We did all the process with the lawyers, with all the people, with the president, with the coach. Even the coach was part of this. And then start from zero with them. And I'm really appreciative for that. And after that, I signed another year.
Yeah.
And of course...
Because I remember speaking to you around the time you re-signed for 1 year, and there was a lot of interest in you from Premier League teams, Challenge League teams.
I received a lot of offers for Challenge.
A lot of offers, yes.
I think 6, 7.
And you had, was it Syrenes were interested from Premier? I think maybe even Slima were interested from Premier. And I remember we were talking, and I thought it was the right time for you to go to Premier.
Yes. We're talking about this. I think I say like, I'm not boring because thank God I have a club, but I want more. I want to be Premier. I want to feel the session in Malta, how to play.
So what was it exactly that made you turn down the Premier League offers and stay another year at Fgura?
To be honest, I don't know. I think the universe come to me and tell me like, you have to stay 1 year more, because in that moment I feel I have to sign 1 year more. Yeah. And everything happened. So everything is for you. Everything is right. So I'm thinking like this. I'm decided to play 1 year, and then another year when I say, I put in my mind, Donny, you have to play Premier. I think the universe come to me and tell me, Donny, you have the opportunity. And I did. Last year I did. Yes. With an amazing club.
How was your final season at Fgura in terms of numbers? So I've looked at your stats on the MFA website, and in total in your career so far in Malta, you've played, it says 32 games, and you've scored 13 goals since you've been here.
55 games, I think.
55 in total?
Yes. Because the first year, remember, the COVID came to us and we stopped the league. Yeah. So maybe literally 2 years and play. So 2 seasons and a half, something like that. Of course, the beginning was so hard because then he was playing. We played just 3-4 in the Charlies, and I think Christian Tonchev, the Argentine, you remember?
Yes.
And I didn't play too much, especially because I was working and I missed a lot of training just for work. And when came the game, I didn't play too much. But yes, I think 55 games, 13 goals, 15 goals, I think. And after that, I did a very, very, very good season.
Because you, at this point, you'd become one of the main players for the team.
Yes.
When you'd re-signed for that final year, I think you'd established yourself as a starter. You were playing every game.
Yes.
Scoring lots of goals, creating lots of goals, assists, goals.
The last year we played Haroldinho and Tonton.
Yes.
And we were the best foreigner in the league, I think. Yes. But after 4 months, I get injured and I missed.
Was that a big injury?
Yes, my knee. But was 2 months out, something like that. So but in those 2 months,
you miss a lot.
Yes, I miss a lot and a lot of games.
Because I remember that period with Haroldinho and Tom.
Yep.
The three of you were like lightning together. And it reflected in the performances of the team. I think the team was achieving its highest place in the Challenge League to date.
Yeah.
And you had a very, very successful year. The players have gone on to make big moves. I think Tom went to Fgura at one point.
Fgura now, yes.
Where did Haroldinho go? He went abroad and then came back, right?
And now we play together, yes, in
play
Malta.
again together.
But he was in India.
Yes.
Yes, second division India, so he did good. And this is the idea. Around you, the players around you come and take these objectives well, like you. So this is nice.
So you finished your final season at Fgura. Then came the dream move to Valletta.
Yes.
Tell me about how that deal came about.
Yeah, something curious because I was a free agent.
Yeah.
And
how much interest had you had in you? What sort of teams were trying to sign you at that time while you were a free agent?
Just Nashar Leon. In that year, they get Premier. They go to Premier. I spoke with the coach George Vela, but we don't
come to an agreement.
Yes, we don't do agreement. And then I don't know if you know Jan Lopez.
Yeah.
Yes. I know him for Wallace.
He's currently is it under 17s or under 21s female coach for Valletta?
Yes. And he told me like, Donny, you are a very good player, man. You are very fast. Come on. I'm coach in Valletta. If you want, I can try for you. And I say, yes, of course. I can receive all the offers and I have to see it and to see which much is better. Okay, he told me like he know well, the president, he know very, very well. And he talking him about me. And I say, of course, thank you so much. After, I don't know, 1-2 months, because here we stop April and we start again in August, July maybe. So we have a lot of time. And he told me, Donny, you have to go next week to go some trials with Valletta. I already talked with the president. I saw you the video, and they are so excited to be there. You
are one of those players. If you look at your highlight video, you look like you should be playing in English Premier League. Some of the things that you have done.
Yes. I think I can do more.
Incredible. Honestly, you are incredible on the ball. You can do things that I have never seen before. Like some of the things you do, you just
thank you.
Unimaginable. Like when we clip some of the videos for like Instagram or social media, I will put the highlights of some of your games in the background behind us.
I have all the materials.
Oh my God, some of these goals.
Yes. And then I'm just, of course, I was excited because Premier, everything is different. You have almost 12 foreign players.
The level increases, of course, massively.
Yes.
I mean, we experienced it at Fgura when we played in the cups. We played, I think, Sirens in the cup, and we played another team.
Imagine play in Challenge just 3 foreigners, and with Premier you play with 8, with 9.
It makes such a big difference.
The most player here in Malta from Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, and they playing in another country, like Colombia, for example. First division in Colombia is very, very high.
Yeah, it's a very high level.
I did my trials.
Yeah. The trials went very well. I remember you posting one video of a goal you scored in the trial.
On the halfway line
again.
Yes.
When it comes to doing it when it matters, a trial is the most important time to do it. I think that goal there alone.
Yes, no, every year, I put in my head like, even with experience, you can arrange. It's a simple football. It's Malta, so You have 4 years here. You know the people. You know your personality. Just play football.
Exactly.
Was a Thursday. Saturday we had a friendly with Fgura.
Yeah.
A big team in Malta. Yes.
Malta.
And I'm starting the beginning 4-4-2. 4-4-2. Yes, I think I was playing on the right. I did very well. The defender make a mistake. He tried to put the ball in the middle.
Yeah.
I anticipate. Face up. I see the goaler out and score 1-0. After the goal, I say myself like, I'm done.
Exactly.
So I'm done.
At that point, I was like, they have to sign him. Like,
Yes.
it just,
even the training 3 days ago, I did well. And then so with the agreement with Valletta, and they signed me. And the coach the coach he told helped me a lot in the situation. So he was the most important person in the club, because in that moment he told me like, Donny, we need you, we want you, we need the capacity, your skill, you are different, and I know you from the past when he was in Pembroke, I think 3 years ago, I don't know, 2 years, and I didn't know. And I signed with Valletta, and everything, imagine, my friends in social media, my family, my girlfriend, we were so happy because we did.
I mean, that's like the dream realized at that moment. That's a massive, massive accomplishment to make it.
Of course.
And not only just sign in the Premier League in Malta, but you've signed for arguably one of the biggest clubs in the country.
In the history, yes. It's the top, I think. If you come somewhere, you have to be in the top in everything you do.
Yes.
So in the office, in your life, I don't know, in sport, you have to in the top. And I did. I'm enjoying the experience.
How was it though? Obviously, when you're playing in Challenge League, you only have 3 positions available to play for the foreigners, and maybe 5 in total in the squad. So the competition is not too difficult. You're not playing against, as long as you're better than 2, you know you will play.
Yes.
When it comes to Premier and there's 7 on the pitch and 12, 15 in the squad, how is the level of competition in terms of training? Like, you can't really afford to have a day off, can you? You can't have a bad day at training because you have so many other players in competition with you.
And all the players are good.
Yes.
So one point, a fiber, is for me, is my style, how to play.
Yes.
No everyone can play like me. So maybe I don't want to be, but in that moment,
creatively, it's very hard to replicate what you do.
Yes.
I think in Malta, maybe there is maybe 2 or 3 players that play similar to you. And even then, they don't produce the way that you produce on a consistent basis, because every time you get the ball, you look like you can create something. It doesn't matter where on the pitch you are. You might have 4 players on you.
Yes.
You will find a way to find the right pass or to a turn that creates space.
I can go to the left, I can go to the right, I can pass with the left, pass with the right, I can just put the ball longer and I can go.
You're not just a dribbler. Your passing range is excellent.
Yes.
Your shooting is excellent. When
I'm complete.
Want to do, you are a complete playmaker.
Yes. And still now, I'm still improvement. So, the level in Valletta or in Premier, when you have 8, 10 foreign players, very well players, it depends of even the tactically or the formation of the coach. If the coach like to play 5-3-2, 4-4-2. I had a problem in Valletta because they play 5-3-2. Defensively, yes. And I'm more like play on the line, 4-3, 4-4-2. And at that time, I didn't play too much because, of course, there is another player that they can play in that position. And I think was the most important reason, like, I didn't play too much.
Yes.
because
Even that year though, they were in almost a transition period where they weren't replicating the results of previous years.
yes,
Defensively, it just doesn't really suit a big club. A big club should not be
all
playing.
all the teams here, all the clubs here in Malta, they want to play like this 5-3-2. I don't.
Doesn't make sense to
Yes,
me. When you are a big club,
Yes,
you should be attacking teams and going for the win, not defending.
of course. And I had a big frustration because I can do more. I
Exactly.
can
And
show,
this is your chance now. You're on the big stage.
I can receive the ball and I can create something, but with 5 on the back, 3 in the middle, and 2 just strikers.
You are isolated a lot of the time by yourself.
Yes.
Even when you get the ball, your passing options are limited because everyone is behind you.
Yes. In the beginning was great because the first 4 games, the first half, we start all the time 5-3-2, and then the second half the coach changed 4-3-3, and I had more chance to play. Yes. The last from the 4 games, the last one I'm playing in the beginning, the first 11, and after that they changed the coach, so Enzo Potenza, and then my career in Premier go down because, to be honest, I don't like him.
Yes.
So
it's such a difficult thing.
It's simple, yes.
When a new coach comes in,
and I respect
50-50.
And I respect this, yes. I have to be professional. Maybe the formation, the tactically, he prefer another players, like maybe they can play, I don't know, more in the middle or I don't know. And was a big hard moment because I didn't play. So I think 6-7 games. And after the first 2 games, when I see some attitude from the coach, I'm thinking about to change the team because
it's not the right fit.
Yes, and we want to play. I want to play. As a player, we want to play all the time.
And as a player, when you meet the coach, you can tell immediately if you get on well or if there is some sort of friction stopping you from working together.
Yes.
And
I don't have nothing personal against no one. It's
business.
It's business. It's a football. Football is like this. You have to be ready for everything. Sometimes you are in the top, sometimes you are down, but as a player,
you need a coach that is going to believe in you as a player. Yeah. If they don't believe in you as a player, you have to find a new coach because there's no point keeping yourself
like this. It's
in
normal.
that environment.
It's normal. That happened in a big clubs in the world. And after that, I was free in December.
Yes.
I received an offer to go Estonia.
Okay.
First division. And then
what was the team? Do you remember the team?
GK Transhaver, something like this.
Because one of the guests that I had on for episode 12,
Transnarva, Narva Trans.
He also made a jump from Valletta to Sirens, but then after Sirens, he went to Estonia as well. Yes. And he played for Fgura United FC. He's still there at the moment.
I was ready almost, but before the flight, 3 days before, I think 2 days, I received an offer for Malta. Of course, the level is different, but
you're comfortable.
I have 5 years here in Malta.
You have friends.
I have my friend. A part of this, I have my business.
Yes.
I have my training program, as I told you. Yeah. And I cannot just go like this and leave my kids because I have a kid program. I cannot leave just my kids, my clients, the apartment, my relationship. A lot of things. But I talking about this with my family, and I say, especially with my girlfriend, because we live together, that maybe we can postpone and we can do maybe everything later. With calm, yes. And now I'm free. I will be free in April, the fin of the season, and maybe
you look into other offers again.
Yes.
Maybe make the jump to another country.
Maybe, yes. Depend of the circumstances.
Exactly.
But the idea is to be in Premier all the time, first division.
Exactly. So as a footballer, you have to keep aiming to whatever country you're in, make it to the top league of that country, and then keep progressing from there.
Yes.
So we're at the point where we've just talked about Donys leaving Valletta on a free and signing with Marsa instead of taking an opportunity abroad in, you said Estonia, right?
Yep.
So you've signed for Marsa. How did that deal come about? Who was it that contacted you? How quickly was the deal made?
Yes, was more, I can say easily because everyone now, they know me. Yes.
Once you play for Valletta,
Yes.
every club in Malta knows exactly who you are.
Yes.
And they have that level of trust
Yes, yes.
that you are not a risk of a signing.
Yes. Yes, the team manager of Marsa, he contacted me. He called me that, Donny, I'm here around, like, you are free. And I say, yes. He showed me and he gave me a good condition. And I say, yes, why not? When he told me that Haroldinho come to Marsa, more easily to say yes, because I know Haroldinho.
Exactly.
He was top scorer last year, 25 goal, I think, just half a season.
Yeah.
And I say yes. I come to train. The coach really like me. We're talking about all the things like, I don't know, about football. What do you need? What do you have? They know me well because, of course, the league. And I say yes, and I sign. Just half pitch. And the most important is to keep playing, don't stop. And I say yes. And was of the good decision I make because, as I told you, everything happened for one reason. So, and I'm very happy now.
How has your experience working under Fabiano, the assistant coach, been?
Hey, Fabiano from Italy. Yes, he's very, very professional.
Yes.
Yes.
I had him on the podcast. He was episode 30.
Yes, I didn't know.
Just before he signed for Marsa. Or as he signed for Marsa, he came on the podcast.
I didn't know.
And we had a really in-detailed chat about coaching, psychology, his background in understanding how players...
He's very smart. He's very professional.
He came across as the real deal. Someone that, as a player, I would love working for. How is he as a coach?
Yes, as I told you, he's very smart. He's a big professional. He is ready for everything. So he make all decisions.
Yes.
He make the analysis of the game. He speak Spanish. Speak English, he speak Italian.
Yes. Very, very talented individual.
Yes.
His story, very interesting.
Yes, he told me like he was in different country, but in Malta was the first.
He said he was working in Italy. He had a career, a business in psychology. He was like at the top of his field in psychology. He threw it all away and took the chance to come to Malta, banking on himself that he would be able to make it in the football industry over here, and he has. He's shown very well.
I have to watch the
episode. Honestly, recommend it. And for you people watching, go and watch it. It's very interesting.
Yes. Fabiano.
I remember when you signed with Marsa and I saw the graphic come up, I was like, those two are going to be working together.
I'm going to tell him like I was with you.
Yes. I've been meaning to get back in contact with him because I've told him we will work together again in some form.
He have a very good idea about sport, how to create something for us.
Exactly.
He have a good idea.
But it's one of those where I've been trying to get you on the podcast for about 2 years. I think we've been talking about doing a podcast.
But we never...
I had obviously a few issues back home that put the podcast on hold for a little bit. But I think it was good. Timing wise, it was good because it allowed you to then go and have the career that you've had so far.
But now we are the boss of our career, our business. So we have more time.
It makes me laugh because we have always been in very similar industries. Even when we were at Fgura, me and you were the only two posting videos and constantly building our brand online.
Especially here in Malta, they don't
like it. And I remember the players used to try to tell you, no, Donys, don't post videos.
No.
Wait until end of the season.
When we win, yes, put the video wherever you like. Yes, I know, because it's my career. Everything is...
But it's the modern day. The modern day business of football, you are your own brand. You have to sell yourself online. Yes. No matter if you win, lose, draw.
And how I come here.
Exactly.
Show myself, even training. So
exactly. So
I don't want to change.
Let's talk a little bit about your business.
Yes, I'm creating my business, a training program. I have 3 years, 3 years and a half. The idea came from my girlfriend. She told me like, Donny, you are very fit, so you train too much.
Because she also had, is it Booty Val?
Yes, you have a own company as well.
Did she have that before you started your business?
Yes, 10 years ago, I think, yes. And she told me like, you know a lot of things. You know how to do right movement, so why you cannot? And of course, I make my course, I student, personal training now. I have a lot of clients. I create trick programs. I create a normal program like a personal training, so whatever we can train. I have another program like athletic program. So, for example, you can be amateur, professional in every sport, football, basketball, baseball. If you want to be more fast, if you want to jump a bit more, if you want to do something different, so improve your skill, I can help you. And I have the kid program. It's focused about
the movement,
the basic things, how to pass, how to receive the ball, strength, mental and strength. I
really enjoyed. I've been following obviously a lot of the content that you post, and specifically with the kids program. I love how detailed you are about the movement, because it's one thing that here in Malta is completely ignored by everyone. No one teaches.
And in this age
it's the most important thing.
Yes. And I don't receive those things when I was
Me too.
Kid.
You have to learn yourself when you get a bit older, and it's much harder.
Yes.
Much harder to correct bad technique than to learn good technique from the beginning.
Yes.
And you see the children here in Malta, especially, they don't move properly. Some of them, the way they run.
Yes.
You just look at them and you think, how do you run like that? Why has someone not told you how to run properly?
Yes.
And I think it's so important what you're doing for the younger generation, to offer them a way to learn how to actually move and be an athlete. Because before you become a footballer, you need to be an athlete. In the modern day, it's not enough anymore to just be a footballer.
Yes.
You have to have the athletic background with it to actually make it as a career now.
Yes. And now, I'm very happy. The program is my company, Fit Warrior DQ. So because I think I'm a warrior.
Yes.
So, and everyone can be a warrior. And as I told you, my girlfriend helped me a lot, even with the name.
Yes.
And he gave me the last pushing to create myself, and I can do it, because in the beginning I was thinking, no, it's just football player.
And it makes sense because you were always training.
Yes.
That's the one thing I always admired about you.
Yeah.
I think you were one of the only players that I've met in Malta that your like drive to train was higher than me.
Yes.
I think I train a lot when I'm motivated, and then I would look at you and go, "Fuck, this guy is on another level."
No, imagine in the beginning when I was working, I don't have time. In that moment, I don't have time to train, and I'm start working, I don't know, 7, 8 in the morning, and finish 10, 11 in the night.
Yes.
And after that, to be fit, I'm running from the work to my house. I was living in Nicklin, close to here.
Yes.
And I was working in San Julian.
It's a long run.
Yes, and I come from the high...
it's uphill and downhill, uphill.
Yes.
It's a lot.
And when the people tell me, no, I don't have time to go train, I live in Bujiba, I live in blah, blah, blah. So for me, it's an excuse, because I did 2 o'clock in the morning. I was running, do everything. So
to be honest, I find from midnight to like 4 a.m. that's the only time you can run safely in Malta when there is no cars on the road. Otherwise, you risk just getting hit by a car.
Especially because here the driver, amazing.
But that's the one thing I've always admired about you, and that I knew would take you to the top. You look at the examples of the players at the very, very top, someone like a Cristiano Ronaldo, you see the transformation of fitness when he introduced his strength and conditioning and really focused on training and being an athlete.
And now, I have almost 2 years focused on that, and how to improve my career, how to improve my skills, how to run a bit more, how to jump more. And I have a very good job, because a very good work.
Yes.
Because you can see the results.
Honest, and I can personally vouch, obviously having seen Donys within his first year of being in Malta, to how far he's come now. Honestly, the transformation is incredible. Honestly, he
and now, of course,
is like a machine.
Yes, the creatine, the pre-workout. I take some pills to the joints. The food is very important. So
yeah, it's my problem. The difference in sound.
Imagine.
Mine sounds very full.
You have to sacrifice a lot of things.
Now I've stopped playing. I've relaxed.
So maybe I can do like this one day. One day. I don't know.
I'm going to be in Fit Warrior DQ very soon. The comeback.
Come join. Yes. Precision.
Yes. But I think what you're doing is great. I love when people mix their passion with their work. And that's such a fulfilling way to work, is when you're doing something that you enjoy. And because you were training every day, you love training, it just makes sense to then tie that into training other people and sharing your experience and your passion with other people. Yes. And I think people will really benefit from...
Yes, in the end, you can see the results. And they know that I'm professional player and like this, they have more motivation, train with me, and I'm doing well. So
even just from your physique, it's one of those things. I know for me, if I'm looking at someone to train me, they need to be the perfect example.
Yes.
If I see a physical trainer and they're fat, I'm going to think, you can't train me.
Even if he know a lot of things, but
exactly. If you're not disciplined
everything
to follow
is
it,
our eyes.
Exactly. And then obviously you see you 0% body fat. There is nothing on you apart from muscle.
Yes. And when I teach someone like, you have to do this movement to be more fast. No, but wait, I'm fast. I can show you why I told you this. And of course, like I told you, I do my course, I'm a student, but I think the most important is my experience. And I try to work on this. So if you want to jump more, so you have to do this because I'm jump too much. So I try to...
The demonstration part is so important to make people buy into what you're telling them.
Even the free kicks, even the corner, I don't know how to shoot with the laces strong.
When I'm coaching, the pressure of doing a good demo. When you've got a little kid and you're trying to teach them a certain passing technique, you have to be...
And a lot of people say like, no, but it's not like this, coach. It's like this. No. It's like this. And you show him.
To show them.
And when you show him...
And then it's like a light bulb above their head. Wow, my coach.
I'm gonna do. Yeah.
So it's nice. So important to be able to actually show what you're trying to show. I remember sometimes when I'm coaching, when you're having a bad day and you try to show a shooting technique, and you go to shoot and you shoot the ball 30 yards over the bar and you're just like...
Just breathe and try to put the ball in the corner. Because
the amount of times I've spent just training myself so that I can show other people the correct example.
Yes.
Because it's like you said, they watch and they have to see for themselves that it's true.
They get motivation. They say, if my coach do it, I'm going to do it. So... Like
so, Donys, I think we're going to start to come to the closing part of the podcast, really. What I want to know, obviously, you've said that you're a free agent this summer. You're 29 years old.
Yeah.
What's kind of next for you in football? What are your ambitions? What would you like to do before you retire? Have you got a certain age in mind that maybe you start to think about stopping playing, or do you just play until your body...
stopping player... For now, I'm not talking about this because I think I have in the age that I can. I think I'm in my best level.
Physically, right now, you're in your prime for sure.
I think I have more for show to do. Listen, I don't think I'm gonna stop soon. So. Maybe, I don't know, 45 years old. Maybe,
let's face it, you look at someone like Cristiano Ronaldo as an example.
Yes, imagine.
He's 38, 39.
So 10 years more, there is 39.
Yes. And physically, you are in the condition to carry on playing late into your 30s.
I think I'm going to stop if I'm good, healthy, maybe 12 years I have more. So, of course, I have to take any chance. I have to take the opportunity to improve. here or another country, but my objective is to go outside and to show.
I think it would be a positive step for you to leave Malta and showcase your talents on a wider platform.
Yes.
I think people that have been in Malta obviously understand that your reach as a player in Malta is very limited to Malta.
Yes, because
it's very hard to be seen.
When I was in Valletta, okay, I did everything in Valletta, but and then you don't have more than that. So the idea is to, I don't know, Conference League.
Exactly. Get yourself into a position where you can be seen on the world stage rather than nationally.
Maybe continue my career in Europe, Asian, I don't know. And the other thing is because I'm work alone, so I'm my free agent. I'm my own agent. So it's more hard because you have to work on this. You don't have no one
to try and network for you, to create those partnerships for you.
Yes.
Have you ever been approached by an agent, or do you just prefer to stay individual?
If some agent come with a good idea, I can see it and I can hear the deal. But it's very important. After all, you have to think that with agent is very important because you get more respect.
Exactly. It's much easier to go through the process when you have someone talking for you.
You can arrange something better, have more ideas about condition. And even now in December, an agent from Spain, he contacted me. He's the same person to help me with Estonia.
Okay.
But we don't have nothing official, so we don't say anything. Just he gives me the opportunity, and then
if it goes well, then maybe you consider signing officially. But I think that's important. Most agents nowadays, they understand players are not going to sign with them unless they bring you something to start with.
Now we have a pending conversation because now I will be free, and maybe we're talking about a big country, because I want to be in a big country in Europe or Asian. I don't thinking about.
What's the ideal destination? What would be your absolute dream place to play football?
Imagine Spain. I think Spain, even second division in Spain,
still a very respectable level.
Yes, was all one of my dreams in when I was young, to play in Spain. To know the Santiago Bernabeu, these things.
I mean, the language would be much easier for you going to somewhere like Spain.
Yes.
Same language.
But as I told you, we need someone who can try to help you to go there.
Build the bridge between.
Yes, because alone is...
And that's again, one of those issues I think a lot of players in Malta face.
Yes.
There is no scouts, there is no agents really working inside of Malta.
Yes.
There, I think, is one agent that particularly works with sending players to United Arab Emirates.
Yes.
And that area in the Middle East. But apart from that, there's not really anyone helping players here in Malta get noticed. And a lot of players suffer from getting stuck in Malta because it's very hard to network if you don't know how to use social media and use platforms to network outside of Malta. It's very easy to get stuck in the system here.
And I have to do this big step because I cannot stuck in Malta thinking about football, because about work, maybe Malta is the most important country that you can improve about work. I mean, have a lot of opportunity. It's easier to have the work permit. But about football, we have to go to the other side. Yeah.
So we've discussed what's kind of next for you. I think that's pretty much it, my friend.
No.
I think we're in a good position to start closing off, unless you've got anything else you want to say.
I have a lot of contact, in all the world. And I don't know. I don't want to say one country because I decide if I have a good salary, if I have a good condition, if I have my apartment.
What comes on the table.
Yeah, that's the idea.
You might not be considering one country, but if a team comes with an offer that makes you look at it and go, actually.
Of course, one of my targets is to play in South America as well. Venezuela, Colombia, First Division. The level is so high. Copa Libertadores, Sudamericana. It's very, very important. But
are you looking to move back to South America for kind of...
About football, yes. Depend of the situation.
Even in life, what's your plan kind of...
I don't thinking about this.
Are you happy with the European lifestyle or...
I'm happy now, yes. The idea when the retirement come is try to create a studio with my style.
Because I know a lot of South American players. They leave South America, they play in Europe, and they come back. Go back to finish with their child club.
No, I don't thinking about this for now. No, I want to be outside for a lot of time. If I have the opportunity to go back and play football in First Division in my country or in Colombia, will be amazing because the level is another thing.
It's very high and it's watched. It's globally, it's accessible. It would open a lot of other doors.
Even if you play First Division there and then you can receive another offer in another big country.
Exactly.
But we'll see what happens now when we'll be free.
I mean, you're definitely talented enough to make it in a top division somewhere.
Yes.
The one thing I've always believed is you are much better than the level you're playing.
Yes.
And I think every time you step on the field...
Yeah, sometimes not depend just on us, because as I told you...
It's all about right opportunities, right timing, right place, right networking.
Someone to help you to...
Exactly.
To try to be there,
being introduced to the right person at the right time.
A lot of things.
Talent-wise, it's there. You've got bags and bags of talent that could take you to the highest level. I truly believe.
Yes. And I'm working on this. I'm working on this every day, every single day.
I will definitely be inviting you back for the Fives in the summer.
Yes, we can do it.
So you can stay sharp with
to
the rest
stay
of the
fit.
boys.
Of course,
Exactly.
We cannot stop.
That's a good talking point. Let's go back to 2 years ago when the first season of the Fives was going. What was your thoughts on the games?
Yes, good, because I know you very well and you are a organized person. And I know maybe the organization of the Fives will be nice. And when you say that just only professional players, more,
because there is nothing worse than going to a five-a-side match.
Yes.
And the people are so bad. And you're just
Yes. And we did good, we play, I don't know how many games. Per 2 months, 1 month, I think. 9
games over, I think, about a month and a half, 2 months.
Yes, 1.5. In summer, the hot was too hard, but we did good because it's a good initiation because...
it just brought so many different people together.
Yes, and we get ready before the precision.
What I liked most was, I would say, apart from maybe 1 or 2 players that tackled a bit too strong at times.
Yes.
Everyone had that mutual respect because everyone was a professional player.
Yeah.
There was a mutual respect on the field.
But then when you are losing 2-0, and then you forget that because we are a player who want to win all the time. And the friendship, ciao.
I thought there was a good respect of not trying to hurt anyone.
Yes.
Because
what's the most important?
It's the most important thing.
Yes.
Because one bad injury in those games and no one will come back. Because no one will risk.
And no one get the responsibility of you if you want to play 5-a-side.
And even in season 2 that's been running at the moment, again, we've managed to keep that level of respect of, although the players are not under professional contracts, they are players that are either still in the academies or they are semi-professional players. There's still that respect of, look, let's not injure anyone. Let's not do any bad tackles. We can tackle hard and we can play hard, but it's all very much
because after all,
it's a contact sport. You have to play hard and strong and be prepared to take strong impacts, but there's a way of doing it that doesn't make it dangerous. And that's sometimes, obviously, when you're playing league football, especially here in Malta, that's the one thing that I've always been a bit annoyed about is some of the players, you can tell they have no care for the ball. They just want to hurt you when they tackle you.
Yes.
And I'm sure a player of your play style, you're used to players tackling you in the knee.
All the time.
Instead of trying to go for the ball, they just want to hurt you and stop
Even
you
here
playing.
in Malta, in Malta,
It's
there
very
is
bad.
a lot of players that is too much physical.
They're angry. They go into the game angry.
Yes.
And they are not coming to play for sport. They come to play because of anger and they want to hurt people. It's the same in England. In England, when you play in the lower level, the people, they are nasty. They are very, very bad with their intention.
Yes.
When they tackle you, they don't tackle you to take the ball. They tackle you to hurt
So
you.
we have to be careful with that, especially for us, because, our skill is
You
like
say
this.
us, for you. Me, no skill.
You can do something. You can dance a bit. Sí, yes. Ahora español hablamos un poco. You can't.
But honestly, I'm looking forward to the third season of the Five-a-Sides. Having players like you, Nick, Tenorio back.
Yes,
the skills are too good. I think this year I won't play.
No, come on, man.
I think maybe 1 or 2 games because I'm not fit. Before you saw the first 2 or 3 episodes.
But to touch on the back. Just possession. Just
no
give
attacking.
the ball to us.
No attacking. I get the ball, I pass to you guys, I defend.
A possession.
But I'm still deciding whether I take part or not. I think if I get rid of the belly and I'm fit, I will play.
I think 2 months.
2 months.
2 months.
That's my motivation right now, is just get fit for that part, because I know with you guys, the level is so high. If I can't match the level, it will ruin it. It has to keep a certain level. And when there are other players that I can bring instead of me, if they are better, it's better for the game. I think content-wise, for the video, it looks better.
For the video, it looks better, but good.
Not having
you still work.
Not having the
You're
fat
still
bald
work.
man running around.
You're gonna still work. Nice.
So we've been recording for about an hour and 20 minutes now. So I know Donys has somewhere to be. I also need to get back to work before they start sending me questions. We're taking a short video here as well. Oh, look at this. You've got a bit of Inception. You've got a camera recording us.
Yes.
But
let's show the people.
It's been a great podcast. I think it's been very interesting. You've brought up a lot of topics that I think young players especially will benefit from. Let's face it, there are so many players from places in South America that want to come over to a country in Europe and play football. So I think even for people back in countries like Venezuela, Colombia, they can take this and take inspiration from this.
Everyone, if you have a good vision, if you have discipline, if you have everything in control, because you have to control what you can control, so you can do whatever you like. It was so hard for me, but not impossible. I did, and everyone can do it. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really appreciate. You are doing a very good work with all.
Trying my best.
Yes,
trying my
with
best.
This, because it's not easy to come and do an interview with each player. Everything with each player about everything. So
I just find it so interesting that every player comes with their own unique journey, their own unique story. And even the players at even like a low level, they just shouldn't be underestimated, because obviously there's a lot of attention for players that play in English Premier League or La Liga, but there is so much to learn from the players that play in countries like Malta, like South America, when they play in places like Israel or like there's every player goes through their own trials,
his history. Everyone have his history,
and it's so informational and educational. For
mentally.
Young aspiring footballers to be able to learn off of everyone that's been and done it. And I think your story is going to help a lot of people out there understand things that they need to consider. Obviously, things like work permit is something that players need to consider and make sure that they're not neglecting, so that they don't fall into a position like you did. Where
try to be ready for everything. A part of football, have to be ready for for bad, I don't know, for bad people, if we can say like this. You have to mentally have to be strong. And it's a good test, the life. Bring you like, you have to do this, but it's not easy. You have to fight for it. So
there's a lot of determination and perseverance that comes with being a footballer.
And after all, you're gonna feel the satisfaction of you are doing, you did. So,
and I think the last thing that we can leave the podcast on is just not underestimating the value of friendships in football.
Yeah.
And networking. You said your opportunity in Malta.
Yes.
It all became possible because of one friend that was already in Malta.
Yes.
That told you, come and stay with me. I help you, and you go from there. And look what you've done in the space of 3 years. You've gone from one level in Malta and not having a football team in Colombia to playing in the Premier League of Malta. It's inspirational, Donys.
Yes, I think everyone needs some help, of course. But in my personal opinion, or in my personal history, I'm alone from a lot of time. Of course, I have the support of my family, but it's no more than moral.
Yeah.
And you have to do your things. You owe things alone. So just try to do your best and with the right line, and everyone become good.
So, Donys, where can people find you online? What's the name of your Instagram? I'll put it up on the screen behind us.
Donys Quintero is my Instagram social media. Donys Quintero in Facebook. And that's it. I have just two. Instagram, Donys Quintero 23, and Facebook, Donys Quintero.
Okay. So, and also we'll put up a link to DQ Warrior
Fit Warrior DQ.
Yeah.
That's it.
That will be behind us on the screen. Everything will be in the description below. So if you do want to continue following Donys' journey, you can head on down below into the description and you'll find all of his social media links there, and you can follow his journey as he continues to showcase himself as the most creative playmaker in Malta, possibly the fastest footballer in the world.
Must improve more.
Speedy Gonzalez.
37 kilometers, huh?
I think even 38 at one point.
Maybe. Or 37.5.
Something similar.
But every year I feel more fast.
I am going to show that one video behind us of you running from your penalty area to, honestly, the fastest player in Malta.
This was the most faster run. 37, I think.
So, guys, we're going to end episode 15 of the Unprofessional Footballer Podcast there. If you've enjoyed the episode, do leave a like. Comment below if there's anyone else that you would like to see on future podcasts. And make sure you subscribe to the channel for more podcast and five-a-side action. Thank you, guys. Donys, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you. I
will see you again very soon.
Yes, of course. Ciao. Excelente. Vamos.